Speaking of things,
What is it?
are you not sure what we're doing?
Tell them what it's about.
It's going to be about some things.
Oh.
Okay, let's just roll the episode.
Got it.
Hells to the yeah. Oh, we don't know. We don't know how to use your new equipment. Hells to the yeah. We are live. We are about to clink and clank. You heard that. Swig it if you got it. Oh my God, that is so good. Wonder who makes this. It's Bud Liggett. I don't know who that's a different one. You got the Two Hearted.
I do.
You got the Two Hearts. Two Hearts. I want it. Two Hearts. I better stop because we'll get copyright infringement.
Was that Tiffany?
I don't know. Two of Hearts? I feel like that was a deeper cut. Tiffany had I don't remember. What was Tiffany?
You were just voguing.
I did just vogue. I just in IRL vogued. Yeah. Oh my God. Two of Hearts. Who the hell is Two of Hearts?
I think it was Tiffany.
Nope. I'm thinking it's not. Hang on. This is important. I think it was like Stacy Q. And if I get this right, boom.
You're right.
The Webernet has proven me. Stacy Q, where are you, girl? Call in. We're live. Call in. We'll just wait. We'll wait for Stacy to call in. Stacy Q's Two of Hearts.
We are going to do a real live podcast.
Okay.
I think at some point in the future.
A real live podcast. We need a location.
We'll figure that out.
All right.
That's a future problem.
Okie dokie.
Let me ask you, sleeping sides.
Oh, that's an important one.
Do you have an assigned?
Hells to the yeah.
So I was visiting my friends, and then we visited one of their friends. So someone I didn't know. Within like the first 5 minutes, what had happened? We were sitting down to dinner, and my friend asked my other friend, are there assigned seatings? And he's like, no, nothing's assigned in this house. Not even sides of the bed.
Oh, come on.
That's what I said. I was like, that's odd. I was like, he's like, oh yeah, we just switch sides.
No.
Whatever. Him and his wife.
No. You don't do that.
He's like, you should try it. He's like, it makes sex so much better. He's like, I'm not sure you're aware, but I showed up alone tonight.
Hashtag too soon. Yeah. Too soon.
I sleep on the same side of the bed. And as I just mentioned, I sleep alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, this is... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is like... Okay, you go into the office for work. Well, even if it's not work, you just meet up with a group of people and you all sit down at a table and you're going to be back the next day. Better yet, you're going to be back after a 15-minute break. Come back to that table and sit in a different spot and watch all hell break loose. You are on the to be damned forever list if you switch your spot, right?
Whole dynamic changes.
It does. It gets confrontational because I'm going to cause a confrontation and go, why are you sitting in my spot?
Exactly.
When you sit down at a table, well, even in high school, right? Wasn't it like that in high school? You find your table.
Yep.
You find the side you sit on. There could be a little flexibility in who sits between who. But generally speaking, you stray from that. Ooh.
Yeah.
Daggers.
Agree. And even when I'm traveling, and I travel quite frequently, I sleep on the same side of the bed when I'm at a hotel.
Same.
Or Airbnb, for that matter.
Same. 100%.
Or VBRO. Or anybody else who wants to sponsor
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You're just saying letters. You're fishing for sponsorship is what you're doing.
But I was like, my mind was just blown.
That's a bold statement.
I've never met anyone else who doesn't have assigned sides.
And it's not even a spoken thing. Most of humanity goes, well, that's where I lay down first. I'm going to lay down again tomorrow. And before you know it, that is where you're laying on that side for the rest of your life. For good or bad, for bad. That's where you land. And this dude is living in a world where they can just flippity flop either side, and both parties are going, that's fine. Really?
They might be the only two people in the world that worked out for.
Because you take relationship out. You mentioned sex out. You take all of that out. And this is just...
Yeah, you're alone by yourself like me.
Why do you take it to a dark place?
Just my reality. It's not dark.
I can't be your therapist too now. Come on. So they're all willy nilly. I'm going to sleep in Imagine this. They go to bed, 10 o'clock, right? I don't know. Loud noise outside. Loud noise wakes them up. They both get up. Usually you wake up. Oh, I'm awake. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I go to the bathroom. She goes back. You lay down on the other side that same night. Is that going to be approved?
This is the start of a Dateline episode.
All was fine until they switched sides in the middle of the night.
Thank you, Keith.
That was a terrible Keith Morrison impression.
If you think about back when we worked together, every so often someone would go on vacation and you'd swap chairs because they had a better chair. And yeah, all hell broke loose when someone came back.
That is a thing of just the human psyche, yeah. And I don't know what to make of that other than that's what people do, right? And we did take a chair because it was better. And I knew going in, oh, this is going to stir the pot.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
At the time, I was fine with that. But yeah, if you're trying to keep the peace, you pick a side, you stay on that side. You pick a seat, you stay in that seat. And damn it, if you got your own chair, that's your chair. You don't go switching chairs just because somebody's chair is sitting there and they're not there.
Yeah.
Like we did.
We did a lot of crazy things. We were rebels back in the day, back when we first got started.
Living on the edge. Oh my God. Is this person, are they out on like bond or do they wear an ankle bracelet, this person you're talking about? I feel like something's there. I can't believe that's a thing.
It's a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe they figured it out.
Maybe.
Don't switch spots on me. A little delve into the psyche of humanity, though.
Yeah.
I can still remember after moving out and moving in with
Billy Joel.
Boom, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Moving out. Don't sing too much. They'll sue us.
Yeah.
They'll sue freaking copyright. Yeah. And he's got the money to do it. So, yeah, thinking, wait a second. We're going to go to sleep in the bed.
Not you and I.
No, we're not. This podcast is not that good. Yeah, with my wife, the woman that I see and lives here with me, I had to decide. I remember thinking about that because I knew going in,
you're committed to a side.
You got to get this right, son. So I thought about, right-handed.
Did you include it in your vows when you got married?
Damn it, no. That's a good point. You know what? That should be a clause in the vows. That's an important one if you ask me.
I would say so.
Damn.
I mean, I've never been married before.
You still
You didn't have to bring it up.
Sorry. You still friends with these people?
I met him once.
You did? Oh.
Well, twice. He remembered me from another event. And I usually remember people.
When they get like dinner, do they just like midstream like swap plates out too?
That would have blew my mind.
Oof. No.
Could you imagine? You should try that and just see what happens at dinner one night with your wife. Just switch plates.
Don't do the like, oh, is that good? Can I have a bite? Just go, that looks really good. And then don't say anything. Just then switch the plates around and proceed before any comment comes out of their mouth about what are you doing? Just, oh my God, your shrimp is really good. And it's now sitting in front of me. You should enjoy my steak because it's now in front of you.
I feel like that's the way you end up in marriage counseling.
I am well known for don't F with my food. I never did prison time, but you would think I spent time in prison the way I protect my food. And you come from the only child background.
I do.
And I come from the only child background. I grew up with my food is my food. And then I can tell you there was in my eyes, an incident when I was working at a particular business where we all sat down together and ate lunch. And the gentleman who could have, with one punch, probably took my head off my shoulders. He was a big dude, funny guy. But this day of being funny involved him touching the food on my plate. And the the sound and the reaction that came from me, some might say an overreaction. Some might say I was a little too loud. Some might say that everyone in the entirety of the cafeteria got quiet in this adult working establishment, wondering what's wrong with that guy. But he touched my food, man, and I had a visceral reaction that I would describe as one I couldn't control.
I wonder if that's an only child thing. I have a similar story.
Okay.
Sitting down with a friend at the time, not a friend any longer, actually the same guy we mentioned in a previous podcast that I left at the store.
Oh, God.
He was being very rude.
To
me, because we were just eating together. And he was being very rude, and he knew that it was annoying me and getting on my nerves. And I told him, you do that one more time, you're wearing your meal.
Oh, wow.
He played a little game called Fuck Around and Find Out. And he found out. And his lunch went all
Dude,
over.
Really?
Yeah.
You did that?
Oh, yeah.
Was this in the military?
No, before the military.
BM? Before military?
Yeah. Before military.
Was there any desire to eat food after that?
I finished my lunch. I still had lunch.
Your conscience was fully intact. You were fine. You know what? This belly needs some food. I'm finishing mine.
I was hungry.
You're wearing yours. Beautiful. Speaking of eating food, how do you know if food is plate or bowl food? Because I was offered a very interesting, I guess, question, if you will, when we recently talked about spaghetti. We were having spaghetti. And my son, who's moved out, came back to eat dinner with us. And I got get the plates out, Hey, get the plates out for dinner. Get the plate. We're having spaghetti. Get the plates out. It's just like a thing you say. At least we say. And he's like, no, this is bowl food. And I'm like, whoa, calm down. You just created a category. Like there's the plate food category. There's a bowl. And he looked at me like, yeah, of course there is. And I'm like, how long have you been moved out of the house? Because when did this come to be a thing?
Right. Like, how do you just wake up and bowl food one day? Specifically pasta.
I'm going to let you know something. I think spaghetti's bowl food. I lived the spaghetti plate life like you probably have as well. And keep in mind, let's throw meatball in there. Guess what? That sucker's round. That's how they make them. Unless you're in that weird square meatball clique that I don't know about. Most meatballs are round.
Square meatballs are taken off.
That's a thing. In a bowl, you can manage that meatball along with the spaghettis. I don't know if you say it plural, but with all the spaghettis, you can manage that a little better. It's not sliding around on your plate anywhere.
Whatever you got to do to manage your balls.
You want to keep them balls contained. You want your ball getting loose? You want your ball just rolling all over the place? No. You get your balls in a bowl, your balls stay right where you put them. You ready to put them balls in your mouth? You put them in your mouth.
Oh, and there's angles in the bowl.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you have, and your wife's Italian, so I assume she makes Italian meatballs.
She does.
That they're more dense, sometimes a little bit tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're taking your fork, you're trying to chop it in half.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, that's how I eat. I think it's a Baltimore thing. Why
you can put the whole ball in your mouth, whatever floats your boat.
But say just whoop, flies out the side because it's got like a ramp. No, the meatball.
No, wait. You're thinking the ball's just gonna fly out of the bowl? What gravity are you dealing with in your house? The ball's not flying out of a bowl.
Do you know physics?
I know physics. What kind?
I'm not sure you do.
First of all, not all bowls are created equal. Okay, we're not talking about. I have a bowl in front of me.
I never knew you were a bowlist.
Well, now you're finding out. This bowl has got a 2.5 inches in height, pretty vertical sides. I throw my balls in there. My balls aren't going anywhere. My balls are safe. My balls are safe and secure until I'm ready to touch them. I can pick up any one of my balls out of that bowl with any type of utensil, and I feel safe and secure.
Chopsticks. You went there.
Hadn't tried that yet, but maybe if you use just like a single chopstick and make a little lollipop meatball kind of thing, you can be good. No, listen.
Well, that's a pot sticker.
Look, there's something to be said for living the bowl life for foods. Now the question is, if you're eating chili, you breaking out a plate for that?
Well, it depends on chili consistency.
Come on now. There's an option for a plate for chili?
Absolutely.
You're out of your mind.
Oh, yeah.
I will never go to your house, but if I do and I see you do that.
I mean, you have a consistent 7-year record of not showing up at my house. I wasn't going to bring it up. But.
If I break my lifelong promise of showing up at your house and I walk in, I swear to God, you're eating, quote, a plate of chili. Speaking of things can't continue after that.
So the chili I make could go plate or bowl.
No, it can't.
The chili my mom makes, and she makes the best chili.
Okay.
Plate chili.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well.
No way. I can't see that. What kind of meat is she putting in that chili?
Ground.
Okay. Is she just leaving it all in one big giant chunk and you have to chop it into pieces?
No.
Okay. Exactly.
You know how ground beef works?
I do. Why would you have that on a plate?
Why wouldn't you?
What are you? No way. There is no way. Open up the phone lines. Well, nobody's calling right now, but open up the email lines. Speak to SOT@gmail.com. My God, if you're a chili plater, I want to know. If a chili plate eater?
Absolutely. It's about the consistency of the chili. There are bowl chilies.
No.
And there are plate chilies.
Chili is bowl food. People who eat chili on a plate need to be put away for life. Your family does not eat your mom's chili on a plate.
100%.
No.
Every one of them.
Oh my God, dude. I need a picture of this.
I'll take one.
Does mom make chili every so often still?
If I ask her.
For the love of God, between now and the next recording session, please go to your mom's house and eat a plate of chili and send a picture. You say it as if it's normal.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know chili could go in a bowl until I was, I don't know, late 20s.
Are you eating cereal on a plate too?
With or without milk.
Well, hey, I'm the door's wide open. I need to know. At our house in the country of Delaware, we have blates. And this stems from my son, who's clearly a bowlist. We ended up getting blates. Now, I named them blates because I can't tell. It's a hybrid. It says plate and it says bowl at the same time because it has, short sides to it, but there's sort of like a flat section. So maybe living the blate life is where you need to live. Maybe that chili, mom's chili, might be better served in a blate.
Blate life.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good tattoo. Blate life.
Get that calligraphy tattoo across your chest, blate life, and then dare somebody to ask you about it.
Just flex on them. Throw ramen noodles in
the hell's
their face.
blate life? Who the hell are you to ask me what blate life is? You want to know about blate life? I don't know. I want you to think about that. Can you please, for the love of God, send me chili on a plate?
Absolutely.
What kind of freaking psychodrama. Oh, my God.
Staying on the topic of food, and still speaking of things, one of the things that really grinds my gears, and there's a lot of things that grind my gears.
You got some gears, I know that.
People who have been standing in line at a restaurant for 5, 10, 15 minutes, or just walking into a restaurant where you're going to go to the counter and order.
Is this like fast food or fine dining?
Like Mission Barbecue,
All right.
Chipotle, Qdoba.
All right. Chain restaurant.
Chain restaurant.
Yeah.
You go in there and then you proceed to go to the counter and you stare at the menu and you're scanning for 2 to 3 minutes. how did you arrive in that spot in life and not know what you want? Because you're clearly now holding up the line. It really gets under my skin.
All right. So the first thing I learned from that story is you and I probably shouldn't go to Mission Barbecue together. Because I have, dare I say, food ordering performance anxiety, if you will.
There's a pill for that.
And I don't know what it is. So the more hungry that I am, the less my brain is able to make a food decision. Now, my fallback plan is this, because I don't want to be that guy. Because I'm with you.
Get behind me.
Right. I'm with you. For the love of God, if it's your turn.
Stand off to the side.
And that's what you do. You go, I can't figure it out. Go ahead of me. That's my go-to, because I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But the anxiety that comes over my body as I'm looking, I'm like, I'm 5 people back. I'm feeling good. I got tons of, oh shit, we're 4. Damn, that guy knew exactly what he wanted. So we're good 4. They just took his order? We're down to 3? Okay, let me think. I don't want this. I do want that. I don't. Okay, now we're down to 2. Mind blown. That's when I just turn to whoever's with me and just say, I really don't care. I just don't care. And they're like, oh, what do you want? What do you just whatever the platter? Just I'm hungry. I don't even care. Are you sure? I don't care. That's my backup plan because of what you're saying.
Yeah, it's crazy. And in Baltimore, and for people listening, we may have to describe what snowballs are.
Do we really have to explain snowballs?
Absolutely. For people outside Baltimore, they have no idea what snowballs are. So snowballs, they're not shaved ice. They're not snow cones. They're authentic to Baltimore, created back around the turn of the century. 3 flavors, I think egg, custard, sky blue, and spearmint. Then we have marshmallow, not fluff, marshmallow that you can get on top.
You have a very important point to make, but wait a second. Did you just explain snowballs are like a Baltimore thing, and you mentioned 3 specific flavors?
Yeah. Sky blue,
yeah,
spearmint, and egg custard.
Wait, they're Baltimore things?
That's the original 3 flavors. Yeah, that's Baltimore.
Really?
Yeah.
Mind freaking blown.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow, the origins of those flavors are here in Bmore.
Egg custard definitely is.
Okay.
100% egg custard is Baltimore.
Okay. All right. Continue, sir.
And it's so hard to describe, but one of the best flavors.
It doesn't, because the name is just stupid. Egg custard. That's a dumb name.
I mean, I don't think you have to shit all over snowballs.
Don't shit in my snowball.
So anyway, getting back to that, I think like people who go to get a snowball, and oftentimes, and you can back me up here, when you go to get a snowball, there's a line.
Always.
Because that's what you do.
The hotter it is, the longer the line.
And now you've been standing in line 15, 20 minutes. And then you get to the front and you don't know the flavor.
Oh, Jesus.
This, again, is one of those things. I will be driving around and I'm like, you know what? I want an egg custard snowball with marshmallow. I'm going to go get one.
You crave a certain one.
Yeah, or chocolate or cherry, whatever.
You're one step ahead of me. I'll just think I'm in the mood for a snowball.
Never happened to me.
Wow.
I always know exactly what I want hour before I get there. Or tonight I'm going to go get a chocolate snowball.
Is that for real?
Absolutely. I've never just, tonight I'm going to get a snowball. It seems like a wasted thought.
You plan your snowball consumption?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No judgment, man. You do you. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm either snowball and flavor or, I don't want a snowball.
Hey, Dave, it's Tim. Yeah, what's up? I was thinking about we record another podcast next week. Ooh, I would, but getting the snowball.
And I could move around the snowball time.
Kind of busy. Tuesday's going to be a snowball day for me.
My point, I guess, though, is I just look like you get all the way up to the counter and you don't know what snowball you want. How have you made any other decision in your life?
We do unnecessarily put pressure on ourselves to quote unquote get the decision right. What if you're not a snowball person? If you're living in some weird part of the country that does not have snowballs, You
Is
know
anywhere outside Baltimore.
Yeah, yeah. You know ice cream. You go to get ice cream. Same thing. You're on your way. You're thinking about the ice cream. You see the line. That's a pretty good line. You've made it through the line. And now you're at the counter going, I got nothing. I just know I want ice cream. I'm going to sit here and think about that now and make everyone wait. Shouldn't that be an automatic back of the line?
Absolutely, 100%.
Auto back of the line.
100% agree.
I'm sorry, sir. You had your requisite 3 seconds to decide. You see the back of that line? Yeah, I was just going to say, nope, you can go to the back of the line, sir. And I hope you learn your lesson.
Yeah, like Seinfeld and the Soup Nazi.
That's boom, right there.
And I realize by saying this, I'm going to alienate some percentage of Baltimore listeners. And I'm going to follow that up with, get your shit together.
This is a PSA. The more you know. Yeah. Well, hey, get it together. Now here's the second part. Now you mentioned snowballs. I'll do the more universal ice cream ordering. Okay. So you go out there. You know what? I'm locked and loaded. I know what I want. I'm going ultra simple. I'm getting 2 scoops of chocolate. Here's the curveball. Oh, what kind of cone would you like with that? Panic ensues. Shit. Didn't think about the cone. And then here's my next problem. They'll say, oh, we got the sugar cone, the waffle cone, the this cone, that cone. And I'm in my brain, for some reason, can't process all the words. All I hear is cone repeated 10 times. And now I just know I have to pick one, but I don't know what the right one is.
That's a common scenario where you could end up getting something you don't want because you just say something.
Yeah,
I've been there. You're like, shit. I got a something cone and I wanted a waffle cone.
Right.
Now I got to eat this ice cream with this fucking cone that I don't want. And it's just ruined the whole ice cream experience.
Because they hit it to you and you're like, this is a waffle cone covered in chocolate and rainbow sprinkles. Yes, sir, that's what you asked for. Shit.
Speaking of Things is brought to you by a Baltimore OG, egg custard snowballs. Our legal team will be made available to any of our thingies in the event that someone shits in your snowball. We can also provide legal support if your significant other unexpectedly decides to switch to the other side of the bed. Speaking of Things would like you to speak to us about these very important issues. You can do this by mailing us an email at speaktosot@gmail.com. Until next time, keep speaking of things.
No, nothing's assigned. Not even sides of the bed.
Oh, come on.
That's what I said. I was
No.
like, that's odd. I was like, he's like, oh yeah, we just switched sides.
No.
Whatever. Him and his wife.
No. You don't do that.
He's like, you should try it. It's like, it makes sex so much better. Like, I'm not sure you're aware, but I showed up alone tonight.